Done. I've been finessing since the 8th grade, but now I'm getting paid just to show face. Most my, but they never fake. Still won't pay the bill, even if I ate.
All right, thanks, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the New Orleans Saints and the Houston Texans. Here's a punter, Thomas Morstead, to get this one started. Charles and I have been looking forward to this one all week. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Keep it skinny. Buffalo wall. Hey, 79! 79!
Now the first carry for Le'Veon Bell. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, and that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold him to no gain.
On second down, it's Bell. And there is nowhere for him to cut back as he's taken down in the backfield. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up third. So now an early 3rd and 10 here on their opening drive. From the shotgun, it's Rivers. Eluding the pressure right. He can run for it, and he will. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Von Bell. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. Wait a second. They did not accept that after the incompletion. Your look is just as puzzled as mine.
I got nothing for you here. You have to take that penalty, don't you?
It's free yards. Toss play, Kamara. Takes to midfield, but no further. Just a yard there.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
On second down, Kamara. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. So he loses 3 yards there. Now 3rd down. On 3rd down, Bridgewater. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Pressure, and that's certainly going to be a key to this game going forward. And that time, they were able to get in there and influence the throw. And remember, quarterbacks got to get rid of it. They don't have the Tucker rule that they can fall back on anymore.
He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback. The Texans offense now, they get set to head back on the field here. That opening drive ended with the INT. It didn't lead to points, but still not the way they were hoping to begin the game.
But how about going and telling your defense, thank you, a huge thank you. You said it didn't lead to points, stalled off that drive. Now they've got a chance to redeem themselves and maybe reward their defense a little bit by putting some points on the board on this one.
Underneath for Miller. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. He got 29 yards that time.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
On 1st and 10, Rivers. The catch made by DeAndre Hopkins. And he will be marked down inside of New Orleans 10. A big-time play there for the Texans. 43 yards.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory.
He's going to get it running right. And he tried to bounce it outside, but they'll stop him behind the line.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
It's 2nd and goal, back to the 8-yard line now. They get it to him running left. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down. They've been stuffed twice here for losses. Now it's 3rd and goal. Here's Bell. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. Call it 6, maybe 7, but now they're left with 4th down and goal. Looking at this situation, if you're at the 1, the 2, maybe you go for it. From here, you kick it.
I agree. I think you have to get points in this situation. 4th down, I don't chance it at all. I put the points on the board and go back and regroup.
A good drive gets them inside the 5, but they could not punch it in.
And credit the defense, too. Make sure that that happens because that was the old bend but don't break approach. Made sure they contained them when they absolutely had to and forced the field goal attempt that went through.
This will be fielded at the 6. And a good return. He's across the 35-yard line, right around the 36. And now the Saints get set to trot out there and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win 1st down. You win 2nd down. And guess what? You start accumulating 1st downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45. Just what you want on a 1st down run. Call it 8 yards. And it's 2nd and 2. Now a handoff. Here's Kamara. And he'll only get a yard, maybe 2, up to the 46. The good run on 1st down followed up by a not-so-good run on 2nd down.
Now let's find out if they're going to stick with the run here on 3rd down. A lot of people would love to see some play action here. I say go with your best running play over your best blocker.
And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here. A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
Good work that time to get them to jump, and now here's 1st and 10. A shotgun snap for Hill, and he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Rashad Jones. And a great return here gets us one all the way down to the 26-yard line.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? because you can make an educated guess defensively. Not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
The hookup on the right side to Hopkins. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. Working out of the gun, Rivers. That is caught. Hopkins for the Texans touchdown. DeAndre Hopkins, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Texans will extend their lead. And his kick is no good. It's an early miss. We'll see if that has any ramifications later here as the afternoon wears on. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This one fielded at the 5. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. Now the Saints, they trot their offense out here. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first 2 drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now. And I'm going to take it into the basketball world. When you're having trouble scoring or moving the ball in basketball, what do? Get it to their best player, right? Find a matchup, create it, exploit it, and try and move the football.
First down, Bridgewater. Trying to get it to Thomas, and it's intercepted. It's the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. And he is going to bring this back inside the 20 to the 18-yard line. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and it's Texans football as we get going in quarter number 2. They take over 1st and 10 in excellent field position here. Now a first down carry by Bell. And he stopped immediately there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
Off the play fake here, Rivers. And he's going to go down. Back at the 27-yard line, he's sacked. Alex Okafor in there to drop him, and it'll be a loss of about 8. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long.
Ready, set 180.
On 3rd down, here's Bell. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. It's a 7-yard run, but it does bring up 4th down. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
And his kick is good. And that will bump up the lead again to 12-0. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. It's what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
The Saints offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. And last time, 1-play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, get a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Second down, Bridgewater. Drops this off to Kamara out of the backfield. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. It'll be a gain of 4. And that's going to lead to a third down. From the gun, Bridgewater. Looking middle, and that's complete. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. His first catch, good for 16 and a first.
As far as tight ends go, this guy's not a speed burner. He's much more of an inline blocking type of a tight end. But how about this last play? Made a nice catch and picked up the first down.
That's what impresses me about him. When he's called upon, usually gets it done. Now he's hit, and Bridgewater loses the football. But fortunately, the Saints were able to hold on to it, so they will indeed keep possession.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs. Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. So a nice job to break the one tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Bridgewater now on 2nd down. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. So the screen good for only 2. Now it's 3rd down. Well, this is how you shake the thoughts of that interception on the last drive. You come out and start this one 4 for 4.
And watching him throw it around with that type of confidence reminds me of a guy I played with way back when who told me, I don't care if I throw 10 interceptions in a row. I'm going to stay confident, keep flinging it. I just figured there's something wrong with the football.
Bridgewater from the gun on 3rd down. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. That one good for 15 and a first. This quarterback now 5 for 5 on the drive. He's responded after the interception. It's 1st and 10. They'll run. This is Kamara. A strong broken tackle on that one. And then they get him to the ground just shy of the 15. A minute 57 to go in this first half. We're back to Houston after this timeout. A give. This is Kamara. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. The 6 yards on the pickup, and it leaves him with a 1st and goal. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts, and they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Try to pound it in, Kamara. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
One thing that really impressed me about Joey Bosa is that he doesn't sacrifice the run game trying to get sacks. This guy really knows how to hold the point of attack, great leverage, and then goes and sheds people and makes plays.
And at 6'5", 270, just a monster.
Absolute monster with a really high motor.
Moved back to the 10. They'll try on 2nd and goal here. They'll try to throw here now. Bridgewater. That is caught at the 7-yard line. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. A touchdown-saving tackle there. Now it's 3rd and goal. The Saints on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. They're looking at a 3rd and goal here. They'll run it with Kamara. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage back to the 4-yard line. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for them.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. They're turned away on 4th and goal. And this Texans defense comes up with a goal line stand.
Let's go.
They'll start the drive with a carry by Bell. And he finds enough of an opening to get this one back up to his 20. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
Brandon, after last week we went over 200 yards. Looks like the hot tub, cold tub, whatever he did, it worked pretty well.
Much chatter about that performance. Rightfully so. AFC Offensive Player of the Week.
Load it. Load it.
On play action, Rivers goes underneath for Bell. And they'll get him down here at the 23. A gain of 4 that time as the drive continues. So we come upon halftime in what's a 12-point game at the break. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This one fielded at the 5. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Out come the Saints now. They'll go on offense first here to begin the 3rd quarter. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution, or did they think they were just bad plays to call?
Yeah.
We'll find out pretty quickly here if they feel like they had something going, but they just need to do it a little bit better or not.
We'll find out. A first down throw for Bridgewater. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down. So they had the big loss on that first down pass play and facing a 2nd and long. Out of the gun, Bridgewater. Flush to his right. On the run, he'll let it go deep, right sideline. And they went for a big play through the air on 2nd down, couldn't connect. Now it's 3rd.
Credit the secondary and credit the defensive game plan. They've been in his hip pocket all game long. They understood coming in that he was a big-time receiver.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Third and long for Bridgewater. Looking again for Thomas, this time complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. That his first catch so far. They've held him under wraps, but he's got a first down there. And now Bridgewater going to turn and take a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Now a play fake here on 1st down. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now, is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. A good pickup there, 18 yards as they get closer for third down. The Saints on third down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. Here's Kamara trying to run for it. Call it no gain that time, and they're going to be left looking up at a 4th and 1.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Still just the third quarter, but they've got to make something happen. I think they know that. They're going for it on 4th. Here we go with Kamara. And a loose football. And the Texans say they have it. They do. And they're going to come up empty here on 4th down. So they tried it. Not only did they not get the first, they fumbled it away.
Yeah, it's one of those things where it went from bad to worse, but I know that everyone's going to pile in on the call and say, well, what are you doing? Why would you go for it there? I think that teams that are convinced that they feel pretty good about their game plan, what they want to get done that day, go for it. Give it a try. Hey, let's see if your defense can rescue them a little bit.
They'll try and get the running game going with Bell. And a short gain across the 15 to the 17-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
To throw is Rivers. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down. The Texans on third down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation.
Hey, Delta! Let's go. Hey! Shoot.
And movement here by one of the Texans up front. In comes the flag. Well, that's a tough, costly penalty because now it makes it 3rd and 6 after the false start. After the penalty, it's Bell. Room here to run. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 16 yards on that one, and also a Texan first down.
So right after the defense gets you the ball on a takeaway on a fumble recovery of their own, you've got to reward them, don't you? You've got to stay out on the field, give them a chance to rest, and how about doing it the way they did it, running the football and picking it up on third down.
Would not have wanted to go 3 and out. They avoid that right there.
Yeah, they avoided the glares as they went back to the bench, didn't they?
Rivers on first down. He finds Hopkins complete. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Rivers now from the 50. On the right side open is Gesicki. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that's going to bring up a third down. From the gun, Rivers. Flushed out right. He may try and run for this. Rivers looking a little nimble there as he picks up a first down.
Someone knew exactly where he needed to get to pick up that first down. Now, I'm not so sure about the technique in getting there, but he went for it, and he got it.
Exactly. He knew where he needed to get, because remember, if he slides, when that derriere dips, if you will, that play's over.
The derriere dips, I like that one.
Yeah, been working on it for a little bit. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
I think it's pretty evident we can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Again, it's Bell. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. Now after the play, it looks like there's a Texan here slow to get up. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. The last two plays each lose a yard. They'll try to move forward here on 3rd and 12. From the gun, Rivers. It's caught on the left side by Kurz. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
And his kick here is good. And the lead extends. It's 15-0. So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but they still ate up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
The Saints coming out now to take the field. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it, though, because you're exactly right.
You like that, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. Is that word again, symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis, symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is that you gave me the word, and I just kept using it.
Bridgewater now looking to throw on first. Over the middle, it's Thomas. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Hard to believe his first catch of the game defensively. They bottled him up. That's why they're well on their way to victory.
Put your best cover guy on him and then change the coverages behind him throughout the game. Brackets, double, zone, man, you name it. Make sure he gets a lot of angles.
A second down throw for Bridgewater. They find some open field here. And bulldozing his way through. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. We'll give him 10 yards on that one, and that'll earn him a fresh set of downs. This quarterback now, 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Bridgewater. Got an open man, it's a noon one. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18. So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory, right at the 40. Off the play fake, Bridgewater. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be second down. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise. Because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield.
He was hit, and he lost the football. And the Texans say they have it. They do.
Okay, this isn't one where you want to take the game tape and hold it up as an example, do you? I mean, you talk about frustrating all the way through. And that last error, I think that crystallizes it, doesn't it?
Absolutely. That's been representative of their entire game still being shut out. Here's a carry for a former starter. This is Lamar Miller. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
Is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. They'll wind up losing 3, and now it's third down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long.
Hey, Rocket!
Rivers to throw this time. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And down he'll go at the 25. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down.
Whether you're playing West Coast offense or not, one of the maxims of the West Coast offense is you're either throwing a touchdown or a check down. In other words, look for the big shot, but be smart. I think they did exactly that on that play. They didn't get the first down, but they're taking care of the ball well.
Yeah, and being rightly cautious with that lead here in the second half. The Texans send the punter out. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the 4th quarter. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. Out is the Saints offense now as they get ready to take over here. And last time the turnover on the fumble, and they were in enemy territory, so that had to be very frustrating. Down on the scoreboard here, can't do it again.
You nailed every part of what was frustrating. Down on the scoreboard, had a drive going.
And now another turnover as this one's intercepted. Picked off at the 17. Then he will bring it back to about the 11-yard line. That interception sets them up beautifully already in the red zone.
And you can hear it all the way up here. Oski, everyone turned to block, find a spot, and now they're set up inside the red zone for their offense.
Rivers underneath for Miller. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. Lamar Miller, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Texans use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Now they'll line up to kick the extra point. This time, the extra point up and good. And the lead opens up now to 22 points. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Back out onto the field now comes the New Orleans offense. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. On the check down, he finds Kamara. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards. Decent start to the drive, but let's face it, they need a lot of things to go right in a short amount of time down 3 scores.
Yeah, they're going to run their 2-minute offense here in this game, but this is for future games.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Out of the gun, Hill. Escaping the pressure right. Eluding the pressure right. He finds an opening past the 40 as they finally wrangle him in at the 48. The coverage may be too good that time as he breaks away for 19 with his legs and a first down. On 1st and 10, Hill. Finding room inside the 40. Out of the backfield, that's complete to Kamara. And all the way down to the 33-yard line. Now a timeout coming in here defensively as they stop it before the 2-minute warning with 2:09 to go in the game. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Hill on 1st down. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
A 2nd down throw for Bridgewater. And down he goes. The pressure getting to Bridgewater. Joey Bosa in there to take him down and to take us to the 2-minute warning. Time for a break. We'll come back and wrap up garbage time after this. 3rd and long now after the sack, and we'll see if Bridgewater has a response. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. The Saints on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This will be 3rd and a mile. From the gun, Bridgewater. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. It's a gain of 11, but they're still well short. It's 4th down. Desperation time, 4th down, Bridgewater. And it is incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and this Texans defense stands tall. So they tried to go for it for pride, but it really wouldn't have mattered. This one, it was already determined.
No doubt about it. This one was over a while ago.
Rivers here to throw. The grab made by Curtis over the middle. And he showcases the spin. A pretty good gain before he's taken down. Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
And he's got some space here. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 10 yards there, good enough for a Texan 1st down.
Well, that play looks familiar because we saw them working on it in practice this week. And for a lineman trying to block on this play, they love when they get the defense moving in one direction, and when they try and change directions, it's a lot easier to pick them up and ward them off.
The hook up on the right side to Hopkins. No gain there on the completion, 2nd and 10.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10.
Watch him now, Barney! Barney!
On 2nd down, there's the option going left. And he probably should have given that one off as he's going to get hit and taken down behind the line.
I don't think there's any doubt that if it's me, I'd be really cautious about continuing to call this play because you got to know Defenders, if they get a free shot at the QB, they want to take it, and they want to take it big.
And they got it there on the option play for a loss. The storyline in this one, Charles, no doubt the number 0. Zilch, nada. A shutout so hard to do in the NFL.
It really is, and what an accomplishment, because you feel that not just on the defensive side, but as a full team. There's a lot of pride that goes into shutting out an opponent. And how about that 0 on the scoreboard for them, going along with those zeros in the time column too.